Hi, I'm Brian Murphy, digital editor at Fredericksburg.com, alongside Rob Hedelt, a movie critic for the Freelance Star. And Rob, summertime, lots of movies coming out. We've got a few to talk about. A couple that came out last week. We'll start with Paper Towns, a book that's been transitioned into a movie and has some buzz about it. But what'd you think?
It starts pretty well. You know, it's this young guy, and the young actor in it is good, and he's believable. And the whole thing is he's been in love with the girl across the street his whole life. And she's become the cool girl at school. And she hadn't talked to him for about 6 years. All of a sudden one night she knocks on his window and says, "I need you to come out and help me for a while." And he goes, "Okay." So he has an amazing night. And then the next day she disappears. The rest of the movie is him trying to find her and trying to figure out what it all means. It's great up until the part when she disappears, and it kind of bogs down. I think young people will like it because it's a coming-of-age story. It's told pretty well. It just could have been a little better.
Another movie that's gotten a lot of attention, and man, if we looked like Jake Gyllenhaal, we probably wouldn't be doing this.
No,
right now.
We would.
But Southpaw kind of has some. It feels like a Rocky type of movie. Guy down on his luck.
Yeah,
kind of makes a comeback.
And unfortunately, at the beginning, he's channeling Rocky. He's like, and he kind of grunts and mumbles. I tell you what, the first 2/3 of this, unfortunately, were such a downer. It's hard to take because what happens is he has it all. He's the champ, and all of a sudden he loses it all, and it's just like one punch, not real punch, but one life punch after another, to the point where you're like, oh my God, will this thing just end? Well, then he gets to go get in the ring and fight back, and then it kind of comes to life. But it takes you a pretty long time to get there.
You can't have a boxing movie, Rocky, Cinderella Man, without the guy being so down on his luck.
Yeah, he's got to lose it all. I mean, he's cleaning toilets by the time he goes from $1 million house to cleaning toilets. So what do you get?
Speaking of someone who's down and out, Adam Sandler used to be a bankable star for Hollywood, and now seems like just one movie after another is a disaster.
Yeah, and part of it is they're just lame. They're lame ideas. Here's this. The notion here is, we sent a tape off into the atmosphere, off into the galaxy, to try to find other intelligent life, and it had a lot of things on it, including video games. Somebody, this other race takes it as a challenge and tries to battle us with video games. Well, it's just silly, and with Adam Sandler in it, it's even sillier, and the other thing is he walks off with the most beautiful girl in the world, and that's just not going to happen either.
If we were writing movies, we would write those kind of endings too.
Exactly.
An ending that maybe we didn't see coming is Tom Cruise. He's been out of the limelight, except in a negative way with the Scientology stuff. Here he's back. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation. It's getting pretty good reviews.
Yeah, and I think it's smart. This is the kind of thing he does really well. The action. He's got it down, and they kind of retooled these things with the last one. They added Simon Pegg, they added Jeremy Renner, and adding Simon Pegg really helps because it puts a little laughter in it. These things can get too serious, so that's getting good buzz. But I'll tell you what's not getting good buzz is the other one we're going to talk about, Vacation.
And this is the remake of the old Chevy Chase, a movie that's a classic. Everyone talks about it.
Well, what happens is, this is Rusty. Remember Rusty from there? Rusty's now taking his family to Wally World.
Played by Ed Helms.
And it just looks terrible, and it's getting terrible buzz. And it's kind of sad, Chevy Chase kind of limps on, and he's bloated, and he's gray hair, and he's just not funny the way he used to be. It's kind of a shame they couldn't use the real Rusty, the Rusty, I think Anthony Michael Hall from the original movie, but we'll see.
Well, those are the movies for this week, and be sure to check in next week when we discuss Vacation, Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, and the other movies that are coming to theaters near you.